And we're live. Welcome, everybody. I'm here joined by Braden's Wrestling Opinions. Braden, what is up?
What's up, guys? Thank you for letting me come in. Super hyped for WrestleMania weekend. Got Stand and Deliver in both nights of WrestleMania. This is going to be amazing.
All right, we're starting off here with our WrestleMania Night 1 predictions. I don't have them in night order, but we're going to go ahead, see if my memory is still good, and start off with Night 1. So to kick ourselves off, we have the WrestleMania Six-Pack Challenge ladder match for the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships featuring The New Day, Awesome Truth, DIY, A-Town Down Under, New Catch Republic, and the Judgment Day, who are our champions. Who do you got?
I'm personally going to have to take Awesome Truth. I feel like they have the biggest storyline towards like actually getting the belts or whatever because they have the biggest storyline with the Judgment Day. It would just be fun and very funny if they get the win. Although I feel like the match itself could be very good, a lot of in ring talent and high flying stuff that could go down. You got Kofi, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, all those kind of people that could do that crazy stuff. It'll be a fun match.
Totally agree with you. Probably getting one of the most exciting matches I'm most excited for. But I actually think they're gonna go ahead and split the tag titles.
I hope so.
DIY will grab one, and then either A Town Down Under or New Catch Republic will grab the other. Not too sure about who I want more yet. I think I'm leaning towards A Town Down Under.
Wow, that's a great idea. I thought about that, but I'm like, are they really going to go with it? If they do go with it, I won't have a problem with it. I think that would be so fun. I've been like just dying to have those titles split for a long time. I feel like it'll just help the tag team division, period, if that happens.
Totally agree with you there. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next match of the night, which um let's see here. Oh, we have got the women's three-way tag match, or women's six-woman tag match, featuring Damage Control, which is Asuka, Dakota Kai, and Kairi Sane taking on Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi. This should be a fun match. I've got Bianca, Jade, and Naomi solely just because it's Jade Cargill and it's her first match.
I'm going to have to go right with you with that. And this one, I was thinking, like, I mean, Damage Control, they're hot right now. They deserve the win and stuff like that. But, I mean, this is Jade Cargill's first match. She's seen as the future of the WWE women's division. That's what it's looking like. She's going to completely carry this women's division for a while. That means, why would you make her lose her first match? I get it's not her first solo match or whatever. But I think Team Jade Cargill, as I've been calling it, will win.
Go from one tag match to the other. Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio versus Dirty Dom and Santos. Not really looking forward to this match, but it's gonna have to go with Ray and Dragon Lee for me.
I mean, I feel like they were building up Legado del Fantasma and LWO so well, and then all of a sudden, they need to get Dragon Lee involved. Why? I mean, it's not like Dragon Lee is this big name to where he can just enter into his storyline and be. No, I don't understand. Why wouldn't you just do Carlito and Rey Mysterio versus Santos and Dominic? I understand Dominic wasn't in the feud either, and they just kind of threw him in. But I understand that because they couldn't do Santos and Angel or Santos and Humberto. That wouldn't work because none of them have the star power to be able to go against a guy like Rey Mysterio. There was no reason for Dragon Lee to be in this. I that's kind of what made me mad. But my prediction, I'm gonna have to go with Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio.
Now, next up, we have Intercontinental Championship action: Sami Zayn versus Gunther. Now, I'm gonna go with a shocker here. I think Zayn is gonna win it.
Oh wow! I mean, I I was just kind of mad in the first place that they even made this match because I feel like the build for this match was just horrible. I mean, I'm not saying like both of them are amazing talents. Don't get me wrong. And so they deserve a better build for a WrestleMania match. They don't. They shouldn't have to deal with like this horrible feud. But and I just feel like his title reign has been so long and amazing to end on this bad of a feud. So I think I'm going to take Gunther.
I could see that too. I could see that. Next up, we have the Uso versus the Uso, Jay versus Jimmy. Who you got?
I'm per, I I'm gonna go with Jay. I just feel like Jay has, I guess you could say, the bigger solo future by himself. Like if they were to go on a run by himself, I just feel like he's the correct way to go. I don't know, but I do think the build up to this match has been kind of lazy. I feel like they really didn't build anything up. They were the first two people in the Royal Rumble, and then all of a sudden, this is a match. I'm like, this makes no sense. It's like they were just very lazy about it. We expected them to go each other against each other, so WWE knew that, so they just threw them together and was like, "Here's your match." I mean, I feel like they could have built it up a lot more. I feel like we could have got a lot more promos, a lot more things in this match that could have made it a lot better, like involvement of Solo Sokoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I gotta go with Jay too. He's just more over than Jimmy, and that's the only reason why. Next up, we have Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Now, who you got for this match?
For this match, I I'm like literally 50-50 on this one. I have no idea what I want to go
Mhm.
with. I don't know what they want to go with, but I'm just going to go with Rhea Ripley. I feel like Rhea Ripley seems so unstoppable right now. But at the same reason, that's why I want to take Becky Lynch because I feel like if Rhea Ripley loses to Becky Lynch, who is there to beat Rhea Ripley? Nobody. A returning Charlotte Flair, she's already beat Charlotte Flair to get the belt. There's really nobody. Like, they have built Rhea Ripley up way too well to where she seems so dominant. She seems unbeatable. But I'm just going to have to go with Rhea Ripley.
I've got Becky Lynch. She hasn't held a main roster women's championship in two, 3 years. 3 years, I think three.
Somewhere
So
up in.
yeah, Becky Lynch is gonna end the reign of Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely considered that. Yeah, I just also thought, like, Becky doesn't need it. Might as well keep Rhea going. But yeah, I definitely understand why you would say Becky Lynch.
And now for the main event of night one, we have Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes versus The Rock and Roman Reigns.
This match is going to be electric. It is going to be amazing. The crowd is going to be there. I mean, and honestly, from an in ring standpoint, it might not be this big old 5-star classic or anything like that because, I mean, you got this old uh, rock coming into here. Roman Reigns doesn't put on 5-star classics. But it's not, but just the electricity in the arena, the pop that they're going to get is going to be so amazing. But I'm going to have to go with Roman and Rock taking the win just because I feel like Seth Rollins has been on the sidelines for this storyline. The only person with an actual story to go after them is Cody Rhodes. Seth Rollins has just been there because he hates them. And so Seth Rollins is just there to take the pin in this match. And we know it's going to end up being bloodline rules because Roman Reigns doesn't have a match without bloodline rules. So yeah,
Yeah,
my prediction, I'm going to go with The Rock and Roman.
yeah, saying Rock and Roman are gonna win solely just so you get the most overbooked main event in the history with the Cody versus Roman. I want Solo, I want Jimmy, I want Jay, I want Seth, I want Sammy, I want all these guys to
Hey,
interfere. Maybe Stone Cold, maybe John Cena, but in the end, Cody's got to do it. Cody has got to do it.
Even Rikishi might jump out of the stands and start doing a stink face to Cody Rhodes. You never know.
And now, before we jump ahead of ourselves, let's get into night two of WrestleMania. Kicking the night off, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre World Heavyweight Championship with CM Punk on commentary.
This is going to be a this. I think this match will be really good. Their match that they had at Crown Jewel was very, very underrated. I really liked the match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. It's not really talked about because it wasn't like this huge match, but I think their in ring work rate was very well. They were working very fast. It never became boring. So I really liked that match. And I just feel like Drew McIntyre was cheated out of his spotlight. He was, as I say, the COVID-19 era or whatever you want to call it. I mean, that's when he had no crowd. He deserves a crowd. It's time for Drew to get his spotlight back. Seth Rollins, he has been holding this title for a long time. He's done a great job adding prestige to this new title. I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre. And I really don't know what CM Punk is going to do. I don't know if he's going to cheat for Drew McIntyre. I don't know what he's going to do. But we know he's going to end up doing something.
Now, I think that Drew has got to do it in front of the crowd, and I think this is the time he does it in front of the crowd. The only thing that I am a little what's going to happen is
I,
Damian Priest.
yeah, I don't
Do
know.
we see a cash in? Because, in my opinion, he's not world title ready.
No, I mean, I love Damian Priest. He's a great professional wrestler. He has this nice build to him. I just don't. The main event picture in the WWE is what at the best it's ever been. It's one of the best divisions we've ever seen. There's just not room for Damian Priest. I don't think. I mean, I like Damian Priest, but he's very very talented. I just don't. It's not his time. It's not his time. There's so many other guys, and I know if he cashes in, he's gonna fail. But I still don't want him to cash in because I don't want him to like take the spotlight from Drew McIntyre's. Uh, I don't want to take him to take his spotlight. I feel like this is a big moment for Drew.
Absolutely, it is. But you know, I when if Drew does it, which I obviously think he will, I think it will be huge, huge, huge moment.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Now night two, we have another mid card championship match here. We've got Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens for the U.S. title. I think Logan Paul will retain. What about you?
I'm I don't really know. Honestly, I don't really know. But I'm gonna go with Randy Orton. I feel like we know it's not gonna be Kevin Owens. It's just not gonna be Kevin Owens. But I wanted to see LA Knight versus Logan Paul. I mean, this is what I wanted to see, but now they turned into this. And I'm not really hyped up for this, but whatever. I'm going to go with Randy Orton. I feel like Logan Paul has just been a not very good champion, not very consistent, being there on a weekly basis. And now he's actually starting to show up, and it's became amazing. But I think they're going to go with Randy Orton. It's going to add a lot more prestige to this title. Randy Orton's a much bigger name than Logan Paul, so I'm going to go with Randy Orton.
Next up, we have a Philadelphia street fight. The Pride, which is Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits taking on Final Testament, which is Karrion Cross and the AOP. Who you got?
This one I was very, very 50-50 on. But I'm going to go with the Final Testament. I feel like they're fresh, but so is the Pride. That's right. I was going to call them the Hurt Business, but the Pride, they're fresh as well, but I feel like they're already established. They're fresh, but they're established, if you feel what I mean. Because, Bobby Lashley, he doesn't need to prove himself. The Street Profits don't need to prove themselves. They're already a staple in the company. But for Karrion Cross, he hasn't hit full potential, I feel. I mean, we all know he has a lot of talent. He's great. but he's never actually been in the main event scene or anything. He's never actually done anything very beneficial to the company. AOP just came back, so I really think they need this to add to the kind of their scariness or whatever you want to say, because the AOP is supposed to be all and scary. So I think beating them really establishes them as a very kind of scary faction.
I agree. Final Testament 1000% needed. Um, but moving on, next up we have can't talk. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. I personally am not really looking forward to this match, but it should be a good one. They're both good in ring. Um, I've got LA Knight taking the win over AJ Styles.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a world where AJ beats LA Knight. I think they're finally going to build LA Knight up to a world title spot somehow, some way. I don't know when, I don't know where. Maybe if since Drew's a heel, maybe he'll end up going against Drew McIntyre, something like that. I don't know what they're going to do when he does get up to that spot, but we know LA Knight has to go to the top. Might be a mid card title, but there's no way he's going to lose to AJ Styles. AJ Styles, bona fide Hall of Famer. He does not need this. He's known for putting guys over now because he's just an older guy, doesn't need anything else in his career. But I mean, the in-ring work itself, I don't know. I really don't know how it's going to be. AJ Styles hasn't put on that good of a match recently, and just in recent times. I'm a big AJ Styles fan though, because of course he's getting older. And then LA Knight, he's never been known to put on a big match. He's just kind of got the basic move set. So the match itself might not be too good, but I do want to see LA Knight get put over.
Next up, we're gonna move on to. Oops. Next up, we have Io Sky versus Bailey for the women's world. Sorry, just the women's championship. I've got Bailey taking the cake. Obviously, left damage control to fight against them. I don't think she can lose this match. Like I think she has to still be an established name.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, this is one. Like, if I'm having to bet my money on a match, I'm gonna be betting my money on this match. I mean, Bailey is 100% winning this match. She is a four horsewoman, but she's always been seen as like this side four horsewoman. She's not been pushed as good as the rest has, but she does have the talent as the rest. And I think it's her time to get that nice WrestleMania moment where she wins against this big group that's been doubting her, been seeing her as an outsider, treating her like garbage. It's her time to just really shine. And I just want to say, Bailey is freaking amazing. I mean, she can be this evil heel that everybody hates, and she could be this I'm a hugger, nice girl. Bailey is amazing. She can do everything.
Absolutely, but moving on, maybe the most anticipated match in WrestleMania history. We have round two of the story, the end game, if you would call it. That is Roman Reigns taking on the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, for the championship. And we both said that this will be bloodline rules, as we have predicted earlier. So, with this, do you think Cody will finish the story? Or will it just be another chapter in Roman Reigns' book?
Will he finish his story? 100%. I am. This is another one of these that I'm very confident on. I really don't see a world where he loses. Usually on a regular basis, the Royal Rumble winner does beat who they're going against. And so there is no way he is going to take up two Royal Rumble winning spots and lose both of them. It really doesn't make sense. I feel like if he loses this, like, is his story like a thing? It kind of just, I don't know. It would just make him not be seen as a top guy. I mean, I probably it wouldn't, but that's just kind of how I imagine it being, because this is like everything for what it seems for him. This is his story. He has made it final. Like, I don't know. There's no world where he's losing this match. It's just not possible. I do no way. That would be a horrible, 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 horrible decision. He has to overcome the odds and take this match.
Yes, plain and simple. It's got to be Cody. Cody needs to finish this. Um, but as I said earlier, I want this to be the most overbooked match you've ever seen. I want Usos. I want Solo. I want The Rock. I want Paul Heyman. I want Seth Rollins. I want Sami Zayn. I want Stone Cold. I want Cena. I want Rikishi. I want anybody that we could get to make this an overbooked match. But I want, in the end, Cody Rhodes to defy the odds as everybody is down after Cody laid the whole bloodline out. Cody Rhodes with a Cody Cutter and then a Crossroads. And just like that, the reign of Roman is over.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the end of Romans, 1,000+ day, what the longest title reign we have seen in a very, very long time. It has been a very long time since we've seen even a title reign close to this. And it has to end with an amazing moment. And it doesn't get better than this emotional story for Cody Rhodes. I mean, this is a huge moment. This would go down as one of the greatest moments in wrestling history. I mean, I don't care. This is going down as one of the greatest moments in wrestling history when Cody beats him, because I'm very confident he will. And like,
Absolutely.
oh yeah. But what I was gonna say is the overbookedness. I'm with you on that. Some people complain. I hate how the bloodlines always. I don't care. It does need to be overbooked. We can have Jacob Fatu show up. I've been wanting Jacob Fatu in
Yeah.
the WWE. Let him show up and attack him. I don't care. It needs to be overbooked. I agree.
And simply the only reason for the overbooking is not just to overbook. It's to show how good Cody is. Like I want
Yeah.
the blood. Let's say Cody has Sammy, Seth, Stone Cold, you know, Jet Cena, and they're against The Rock. All these guys, Rock, Solo, Jimmy, maybe Jacob Fatu, and they all lay each other out. Or the bloodline lays Cody's team out. Then Cody fights the whole bloodline and then making it to Roman Reigns where he hits his two moves and then finishes his story. Because it's got to be done like that. Well, it doesn't have to be, but that is what I would most want.
Oh yeah. Definitely agree with that. But I mean, long as Cody wins, I'm happy. But I want it to be an extra match. I want it to be this huge match to where it can be like a match that goes down in history, not just like the moment at the end. I want it to be this huge match. So, and I don't want it to just be, I know it's kind of came down to this with Roman Reigns matches. I don't want a finisher showdown like we've seen before with most of Roman's matches where, oh, look, he hits a Cody Cutter. There's a spear. There's a Cody Cutter. There's a spear. There's a crossroads. We don't need all that. I want real good wrestling because both of them can do it. Definitely. I mean, Cody Rhodes has a huge move set. He can do a lot of things. We can't hear you. I don't know if you're on mute or whatever. Hold up real quick, guys. He's just trying to fix his audio for some reason. Something's going wrong here. There you go. I can hear you.
Alrighty.
There we
I
go.
think we're good then, right?
Yep.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Alright, but yeah, we'll run through Stand and Deliver real fast. We have Tony D'Angelo versus the NXT champion, Ilya Dragunov. I've got Ilya Dragunov retaining.
I got Ilya Dragunov as well. This has been a horrible build-up. I'll just say that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Tony D, but I feel like there could have been somebody else for this.
For sure. Next up, we have the NXT North American Championship triple threat match. Dijak versus Obafemi versus Josh Briggs. I think that Obafemi is going to win and Dijak gets called up to the main roster.
I don't want Obafemi to win, but I have Obafemi winning. I mean, I like Obafemi, but I feel like he's just been overbooked, in my opinion. I mean, he's cool, but he randomly shows up. He wins this tournament, goes through everybody, and all of a sudden he's destroying everybody. It's a little too much for me. I mean, I've never been one of those guys that have followed the big guys like Omos and all of that. I don't like when big guys just come in and destroy everybody. I hate it. And that's what he's done. So I would personally want Dijak to take the belt because I feel like he's been working himself up and he's been doing a great job. But yeah, I'm going to take Obafemi.
I don't think Omos like that.
Homo sapiens.
Yeah, gotta love Omos. But
Hey, but
next up
at
we
least
have
at least Omos improved. When he started, he was absolutely horrible. He
oh
had
yeah,
his against Seth Rollins. He was doing all right. Now I don't know where he's at. I've been seeing he's doing these vlogs on TikTok.
next up we have Sean Spears newly returned to WWE after taking a little bit of time over at AEW, taking on Joe Gacy. I think Sean Spears has to win this. His first pay per view. Uh, Getting a win would be really cool.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to take Sean Spears, but I guess it's also good to kind of think Joe Gacy seems like he's been on this big undefeated streak. He has not won a match in a long time, and he's also another upcoming superstar that maybe Sean Spears could put over. But it's Sean Spears' first match back. I was just saying that's something to think about, but I don't think it'll happen. I'm going to go with Sean Spears.
Next up, we have NXT Women's Championship. Roxanne Perez taking on No, she's taking on Lyra Valkyria. I do think that we have Tatum Paxley interfering and causing Lyra to lose the title, and then Lyra and Tatum have a feud.
Definitely possible. I do think Roxanne's going to take this belt. I'm really happy with Roxanne because I was always kind of one that was hating on her, saying she's kind of a bland face, just like your regular face, didn't have anything special about her. But now she's really starting to stand out. She's really starting to like have a personality, I guess you could say. And I like Laura Valkyrie. She's so good in the ring. But it's time for her title reign to be done. I don't know. I just ever since she's been champ, I've kind of not been as big of a fan of her for some reason. I just feel like she's kind of been a disappointing champion. I feel like she just doesn't seem like a champion for some reason. I don't really know, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Roxanne Perez, and I'm sure Tatum Paxley will get in there.
Next up, we have a random six-woman tag that don't know if anybody cares about, but it is JC Jane, Izzy Dame, and um, Kiana James taking on Thea Hale, Kalani Jordan, and Fallon Henley. Thea's got to win this.
Yeah, that's my girl Thea. Hell, I am probably one of the only people in this universe that care about this match. My girl Thea Hill has to take this win. There's no way. I'm actually kind of surprised that they did this. I thought they were going to do just JC versus Thea, which I think I might would have wanted to see more because now it's just going to be a lot of things going on at once. But got to go with my girl Thea Hill. Chase you for the win, baby.
Next up, the main event, maybe the most anticipated match in recent NXT history. Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams. I have whipped that Trick, taking the win and throwing Carmelo all the way to the main roster.
Oh, yes. The build for this has been amazing. I am so proud of NXT, Trick Williams, Carmella Hayes, all of them. I mean, every single promo, every single segment that they have had that has involved each other ever since they kind of started battling it out has been moment of the night. It has been amazing. Great job to Trick Williams. He has the entire NXT fan base on his side. It's just great a great build up. And it's time for Carmelo Hayes to go up to the main roster. Might as well put up the kind of younger star Trick Williams because Trick Williams, it's gonna be a while till he goes up to the main roster. He is very talented, but he's still very, very like sloppy in the ring. So I do think it'll be a while since until we see him on the main roster. But so yeah, I'm gonna go with Trick Williams.
Now that is it for our WrestleMania and Stand and Deliver predictions. 30 minutes on the dot, not too bad. Um, so I am really, really pumped for WrestleMania. We have some things that are going on this week. We have the stage reveal, which probably was revealed a few minutes ago, so we'll have to check that out after the stream. Stage
And
reveal tomorrow. We got the Pat McAfee show, a WrestleMania kickoff event. We have SmackDown in the Hall of Fame, and then on Saturday we have NXT and WrestleMania Night 1. And then Sunday we have the Slammy Awards and WrestleMania Night 2. Then we have the Raw after WrestleMania, which is always a fun one. So that is our WrestleMania week. Should
and
be a really fun one.
don't forget about WrestleMania World and all these new figure reveals. I know it's not like really like in ring wrestling related, but it's wrestling related. It's out there. So yeah, WrestleMania World has been great. I mean, I don't know how much you keep track of all like the new figure reveals and stuff, but it has been amazing.
Yeah, no, those look so good. Like that, the Cody Ultimate, the Cody, even the Cody Elite, even the Cody in the suit looks good. There's that new Ricochet that looks phenomenal.
Yes, I love that one. And I like throwback figures. I like first time in line figures because I like having one figure of every single person. The headbangers, oh my gosh, they nailed it with them.
Those ones were cool, yeah.
But a lot of good stuff. ECW versions of Sandman and the Dudley Boys. I mean, just a lot of great stuff that we have seen.
Mattel has been nailing everything lately, from changing the basics, which I still have not gotten one of the newer basics.
It's
Um,
amazing. It's actually amazing.
but yeah, that's everything we got here today. Thank you all for joining us. We had some people. I think our peak was about 5 people in here, which is pretty good for one of these. But anything you would like to say before we hop off?
I think I'm good.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining me, Braden. And thank you, everybody, for joining in on this stream. We will see you later and enjoy WrestleMania.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everyone.
See you all.